Hello everybody, my name is Ostentatious24 and welcome to the first proper video in my Fanmon new evolution form thing series. Hopefully people watched the Bond Mega Primal episode. Initially that was like, God, maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours long. So yes, I was reviewing all the Pokemon that I wanted to, and all these different forms and various things, and I was like, this is too long. It's too long for me to edit. I'm not gonna bother even. I'm not gonna even. If I can't even sit down to edit it, then no one's gonna watch it. So yeah. If you didn't watch that, this is what this is about. We're doing them in intervals. They're going to be in small intervals, either small videos that focus on just one Pokemon individually, or maybe in groups. For example, I did the Kanto starters, for example. Charizard, Blastoise, Venusaur, maybe Raichu or Eevees we could include in that on a technical sense, etc. Or like maybe 2 to 3 pseudo-legendaries. I'll try to group them up or do them individually so that they're shorter, easy to consume, and for you to see what they're about. And for this first one, I will be covering a few of them, but I won't be touching too much on the other two. One of them I teased back in my reaction to the Legends ZA and the other things, the most recent Pokemon Direct that had a bunch of stuff, and I slipped in, I think it was its foot, it's Bluefoot, as a little teaser, blah, blah, blah. So if you watch that, you probably know about 1.5 of these. I have made progress on the second one I briefly talked about, which is going to probably be we'll make that the second one we talk about. First off, let's get the big boy out of the way. Wait, no, okay, we'll actually do this one. We'll do the big one. I mean, I said the big boy because he's my favorite, but we'll do the big juicy one with all the forms first. Let's talk about Flygon. And there's a little big eye here, and let's scroll to the top. That's page 828. Remember that, brain? Remember that? That one's not it? Or is that it? No, that is it. Minus the extra wings, I think. There we go. Whoops. Whoop. Ignore that. Ignore that. You haven't seen it yet. Ignore that one thing. There we go. This one. I mean, unless people think this one's better. I feel like the too many wings was a little too flashy for this Flygon. This is Bond Flygon. I did want to keep the extended antennae and then the cool little patterns I made with the tail. But I feel like Bond Pokemon should be a little simple. There shouldn't be too much for the most part. Granted, some Megas are like that. Charizard Y is a little that way. Mewtwo Y is based off of Mew, etc., etc. Some are simple, some are not in terms of Megas. But Bond Pokemon, I feel like, for the most part, most of them should be a simple design. Like, there should still be differences, mind you, but not, like, it shouldn't be just a boring color palette swap. That's shinies. They should have a little more going for them. But, like, Ash Greninja's basically that way. Bond Greninja, whichever you prefer to call it. And if you didn't watch that one video, that's kind of where this idea stems from. More details on how my Bond Pokemon would function in that video. But yeah, so this is Bond Flygon. I decided to kind of, I don't know, I couldn't really think of a good coloration for it, and then I liked the black and the red, but then I was like, oh, but, and especially with those stripes and stuff, it reminds me of my flannels. I did not intentionally do that, and I was like, but then at the same time, is it too much like me? because the idea of bond Pokemon is supposed to be it bonds with its trainer, and I don't want. I mean, obviously, I have my favorites, and I'm gonna play a little favoritism here and there, but at the same time, I want them to also emulate the actual trainers that bond with them, because that's the idea. So yeah, that's Bond Flygon. It is boop boop boop. Whoops, those are the wrong things. Let's flip those 2 pages around. Let me find it here in the decks. Don't say any of the names out loud. That'd be spoilers. Jesus, where are you? Oh, there we are. Cut back in. Me, that's editing. There, Bond Flygon. It is Dragon, and if you watched my first or second episode, I invented 2 new types, one of them being Sound type. Invented, quote-unquote, technically. I mean, Sound type's been a desired type for fans for a while. And then the other one's also quote-unquote, because technically I took an existing type from back in the anime yonder years in the 90s and stuff. More on that in those other videos if you're curious. And then you'll probably see more of them going forward. But yes, Bond Flygon, it is Dragon and Sound type, and it has the ability Desert Spirit. We'll get into the abilities at a later point. I'm just showcasing the typing and the name of the ability at the moment and which form it is. Moving on.